Start steady.
In this week's news, Victorian Liberal leader JESS visits Mildura. It was a chilly afternoon at the Club MERBEIN last Sunday. The Mildura WEIR is back in the Murray and river levels are on the rise. And Little Sky Eyes Foundation holds an all-purple day.
Sun City streaming local news starts now.
Welcome to Sun City Local News. I'm Caitlyn Morgan. It's great to be with you. $180 million for the Mildura-based public hospital has been pledged by the Victorian Coalition, should it win the state election in November. John Dooley reports.
Victorian politics was in the headlines in Mildura on Friday morning, with the leader of the Victorian opposition, JESS, in town, and the leader of the Nationals, Danny O'Brien, also visiting Mildura. The Sunraysia Daily's front page on Friday morning carried the headline, Cash Injection, which related to the Victorian Liberal Nationals Coalition pledge of $180 million to upgrade the Mildura-based public hospital, including major improvements to the emergency department. One of the opposition leader's first port of call was an interview with River 1467 breakfast host Dave Burrows.
What I hear on the ground every day is that Victorians are looking for change. They are looking for a change of direction in this state, and the only way to change the government is to put a number one next to the Liberals and Nationals. There's a lot of noise out there, yes, and I get there's a lot of anger and frustration because this Labor government and this Premier, they have trashed the future of this state, and people are angry about that. They feel like they've been forgotten. They feel like they're not being listened to. And that's why I'm spending the next 36 days and then beyond into the election being on the ground, actually listening to people, hearing them and their concerns, but most importantly, talking about our solutions. We're the only ones with solutions to the problems, whether it's the investment in Mildura Hospital here, but our fact that we're going to invest in 3,000 new police to end the crime crisis in Victoria.
Oh, yes.
You know, Jade and I hear it all the time. Victims of crime, people who are scared in their homes, scared in their streets, because we have record levels of crime in this state. And we're going to make sure not only do we back our police, resource our police, recruit new police officers, but ensure that there will be real consequences, change the bail laws, change the sentencing laws. We have a 10-year economic vision for Victoria. We've got announcements around payroll tax relief, land tax relief, scrapping the emergency services tax, a tax on every home, every business, every farmer. It's not fair, and it's not delivering in terms of actually seeing those emergency services better funded. So we have the solutions, we have the plan, we have the vision, and as Victoria's alternative premier, I want to bring hope back to this state. I love this state.
Good.
And that's why I'm running, and I'm excited for November. Regional Victorians just feel like they have been forgotten in this government. They feel neglected, and yet they're the people who are every day working to boost our economy. They provide our food and our fibre. They are our CFA volunteers, and they're the people that are being hit by this government. And enough is enough. We need to back in our regional communities. We've committed to a fair share guarantee for regional Victoria. A minimum of 25% of infrastructure spending will go to regional Victoria. Why, Jade?
That's good.
Because they represent 25% of Victoria's population. And right now they're only getting 12% of investment.
That's crazy.
So as a Liberal and Nationals government, we are focused on delivering for all Victorians, regardless of where you live and regardless of your postcode.
Later in the morning, the Pollies visited some local schools, including Sacred Heart Primary School, where the opposition leader's father actually attended school in the mid-1960s.
So Dad came to school?
Yes, and Dad will get
Right.
Yeah.
Then came the press conference at the Mildura-based public hospital, where the announcement of the $180 million funding pledge for the hospital was made.
It's amazing to be here today to announce the Nationals Liberals' commitment to health in the region, starting with Mildura-based public hospital and the expansion of the emergency department with 18 new beds and a 30-bed acute ward, following the development that is currently occurring at 11th Street. Wonderful to have the Leader of the Opposition, JESS, here today, and Shadow Minister for Health, Georgie Crozier, as well as Danny O'Brien, Leader of the Nationals.
JESS then made the funding announcement to the media throng in attendance.
Thank you very much, Jade, and it's wonderful to be here in Mildura today, a place that is very close to my heart, where my dad was born at the base hospital, obviously the the previous location, and it's a place where my family members have received amazing care over the years. And I'm delighted today to announce on behalf of the Liberals and Nationals, thanks to the outstanding work of Jade Bennett, the local member, that we will make a $180 million investment in upgrading the ED here at Mildura Base Hospital, expanding the ED and ensuring that we expand a 30-ward acute ward as well to make sure that there is capacity here in the local healthcare system for regional Victorians, particularly here in Mildura and the Mallee.
This is a very important commitment that the Liberal and Nationals are making. It's not only going to invest in the urgent needs of the emergency department to expand that by 18 beds, but it's also a commitment to have a 30-bed acute ward, also have investment for a medical and planning unit, and also provide accommodation. These announcements, these investments will ensure that the hospital can meet the demand that is growing in this area. Jade has been listening to the community and to clinicians, and they have been telling her what are the urgent priorities. That's why we are getting on to ensure that these priorities are met with this investment, and that the support for the staff, the clinicians, the hospital, and more importantly the patients can access the health that they deserve and need.
Ms Crozier told Sun City News she was looking forward to meeting the hospital's board chairman and executive during her visit.
Mildura is no different from other regional hospitals and hospitals right across the state. Have got enormous pressures, have increasing demand, and so they are issues that I'd like to very much discuss with the executive to understand a little bit further from them.
She was then asked if there are other regional hospitals facing similar financial pressures like the Mildura Base Public Hospital.
Well, I don't think Mildura is not dissimilar to other hospitals and other communities where they are saying to me that there is real pressure on demand on what the expectation they're expected to deliver, whether that is finding additional funding to meet the costs and the demands that are coming, whether it's for infrastructure upgrades like IT or paying their local suppliers. These are issues that are being faced by regional hospitals in particular, but all hospitals, all health services are facing a huge demand.
I also asked the Shadow Minister what message she had for patients and healthcare workers who are concerned about the financial future of regional hospitals such as Mildura.
Great question. It is the clinicians that deliver this exceptional care to their community. They are doing an extraordinary job, sometimes under very, very demanding circumstances. We know here in Mildura that the demand is so great that in the ED, the length of stay post 24 hours is one of the highest, if not the highest, in the state. We have to be providing support to those clinicians so that they can deliver the care and support to their patients. Patients deserve and need that, and that's why we're here making this commitment today, to alleviate that immediate pressure and demand, to assist in supporting those clinicians and giving the infrastructure, the investment to deliver that infrastructure so that they can continue to deliver the great work that they do.
Thanks, Georgie, and to everybody here, particularly to Jade. This is a great outcome for her advocacy for this region. It's important that people understand right across the state that every part of the state matters, that every part of the state needs to get its fair share, and that's what today's announcement is partly about, ensuring that Mildura and the Sunraysia district gets the services and the health services in particular that they need, the infrastructure that is important for this community. And Jade has been a ferocious fighter for this community for the 4 years she's been here, and this is a down payment on the future for this community as well. We are very committed to ensuring that everywhere in Victoria is looked after, and in particular that regional Victoria gets its fair share. That's what the Nationals and Liberals are committed to. We know at the moment that in terms of infrastructure investment, we're getting just 12% of the state government's infrastructure investment in regional Victoria, when we're 25% of the state's population. That's our commitment, is to make sure that we match the infrastructure investment of 25% as a minimum to the 25% share of the population in regional Victoria. Today's announcement here for Mildura is part of that, to make sure that regional Victoria and Sunraysia is getting its fair share. I really want to emphasise the work that Georgie and Jess have done, but it's been driven by Jade Benham here as the member for Mildura, who's making sure that this part of the state is relevant, that it's accepted, that it's getting what it needs, and under the Nationals and Liberals, if elected, we will ensure that Mildura gets its fair share too.
We can see that management and the board here at Mildura-based Public Hospital have been quite innovative in being able to facilitate some investment, even with a seeming lack of action from the Labor government and without releasing the master plan. So the development that's currently occurring at 11th Street will take all of the outpatient services and administration out of this building, which will free up space. What we urgently then need to do to help with the demand capacity is to refurb it into that 30-bed acute ward and extend the emergency ward. So the landscape has changed over the last 4 years, so that's why the need and our commitment has changed, and that commitment will be delivered under a Nationals Liberals government.
The issue of law and order was also discussed, with local businessman Mark O'Donnell, owner of Intersport Mildura, relating some of the incidences of crime that have impacted him and his staff.
I've been in retail for 43 years now, but and own my own business for 24, and crime's just become a massive factor in our everyday way of life. The safety of your own staff, the safety of your own customers when they enter your business has become a major issue for us. We've had 2 staff stabbed with syringes earlier in the year, last October I should say. We've had staff coat-hanged when we've tried to apprehend people. We had staff too scared to put the rubbish out in our bin last night because we had people inside our bin trying to scavenge stuff out of our bins and breaking into bins. It's become really serious, and it's just the safety of people in general. The organic growth of businesses is not possible in towns or regional towns or anywhere at the moment due to the fact that people just don't feel comfortable in the store. They don't feel able to peruse at their own level or their own time. That they just feel threatened constantly, and the distraction of when you have people in store that are trying to steal, and the resources it takes away from your own staff is an incredible issue all the time. And you know, as a business owner, I cannot afford to have security at my front door day in, day out, because I wouldn't be around for next month. That's just not part of my business, and you know, we get penalised for not having correct procedures in place through WorkSafe when our staff get stabbed with a syringe. But the person that commits the crime, unfortunately, she's been released on bail 5 times now and got released again last week on bail. And the judge said to her, "Don't go to McDonald's on the way past to rehab." It's just ridiculous what's going on.
John Dooley, Sun City News.
Last Sunday, Club MERBEIN hosted an MND fundraiser with a big freeze event attracting a large crowd.
Last Sunday afternoon, the place to be was Club MERBEIN, where their annual MND Big Freeze fundraiser was held. Last year, more than $7,000 was raised, and it was hoped to eclipse that amount this year. It was a colourful affair, to say the least, hosted by DJ Tyler Ball, who entertained the big turnout of club members, many families and some very new arrivals into the world. And lots of brave people ready to cop an ice-cold bucketing for a worthy cause. First up was Club MERBEIN's executive chef Nathan Unley, who was joined by River 1467 sales account manager Ben Hogan. Then it was time for well-known MERBEIN Football Netball Club superstar Tipper to take one for the team. Club MERBEIN staff members got right behind the big freeze, including Rachel, who took the ice challenge only to find out she was in for 2 buckets.
1!
Last but not least, these kids were eager to get into the spirit of things. Sun City spoke to Club MERBEIN manager Sharon Skase about the event. Well, Sharon, what a day.
Pretty good day, yeah. Great to see everybody out and all the blues around.
Tell us about the cause today. I know it's close to your heart.
It is very close to my heart. I had a very dear friend pass away a couple of years ago from MND. So it's a horrible thing. We raised a bit over $7,000 last year, and before today we were already at nearly 6. So if we can get up over that $7,000 again, that'd be fantastic.
Of course, we just had Neil Danaher pass away. What a legend he was.
Yep.
It's such a hideous disease, isn't it?
It is. It really is. It's comes out of nowhere, and to date there's no cure. So hopefully all this money we raise will get some treatments and some cures.
Club MERBEIN Life member Susie Cook also joined in the fun of the day. Sue, what a fantastic day down here at the MERBEIN Club for a great cause.
It's unbelievable, the support and what we get here on this day is unbelievable. It's a world half.
Club MERBEIN bar and gaming staff member Glasson summed up what the day meant to him. Very brave of you to go into the ice today, mate. Tell us why you did that.
Well, it's all for a good cause, I guess. And it's like, I know a lot of people actually that it's affected a lot of lives. It's affected, especially our workplace with Sharon. One of her best friends passed last year. So we really just kicked in and we raised about nearly $6,000. So perfect. I don't know what else to say, Sean.
Glasson, you don't have to say anything more. That says it all. And an incredible amount in excess of $10,000 was raised for motor neurone disease research. What a great effort. Congratulations to all involved. John Dooley, Sun City News.
Well done to those who braved the icy water to raise valuable funds for that worthy cause. Mildura's Princess Court home has embarked on a new residential accommodation project, and Sun City News was invited to the launch.
On Thursday, June 25, Princess Court held their Our Together project construction launch. The occasion, attended by board members, politicians and invited guests, marked the commencement of construction of a new 50-bed residential aged care facility. The development represents a significant investment in the future of aged care in our region and will help ensure older people and their families can continue to access high-quality care close to home. Princess Court has been part of the Sunraysia community for almost 70 years, and this project will carry that legacy forward for generations to come, as CEO Andrew Karupis explained.
Mildura Homes for the Aged, the governing body, was founded on the 5th of November 1956, which means Princess Court is about to turn 70. Our first resident was admitted to our care on the 8th of August 1957. So next year marks 70 years of Princess Court as a community group caring for the elderly of our region. The site and business you know today as Princess Court, including the Princess Court Village and the Lanyon Flats, I'm sure is vastly different from those days. Though some things haven't changed, Princess Court remains a community-owned and governed organisation with the same ethos of the past 70 years, supporting older people to live well every day. The current building project was initiated many years ago and took various twists and turns and iterations to get to where we are today.
Mr. Karupis then led residents, guests and the media throng on a guided tour of the construction site, which is adjacent to the Princess Court Homes and Village.
Princess Court was a part of the original Mildura Base Hospital, and through the minutes that I've read through 1956-57, they established a separate title. And then with the move of the old base hospital to the new base public hospital, we acquired the land for the village and constructed the retirement village. The retirement village was 55 units. We've just knocked 2 of the units over for the construction of our new facility. One of the key attributes of the new facility was that it was proximate, adjacent, right next to the existing facility. So that really constrained our construction options. We worked with Mildura Rural City Council to look at options for Sid Mills Park. Wasn't successful. Where the new car park is was too small. Lanyon Flats, which Princess Court acquired in 2015, too far away. So this became the predominant site.
Then came the turning of the first sod of soil by member for Mildura Jade Benham alongside Andrew Karupas.
Well, I'm happy to be involved with a project that will benefit the Mildura community like this. This is obviously a solid project for the local community and will deliver good services into the future, and it's future-proofing Princess Court and the Mildura community. I mean, Princess Court has gone out of the way to engage capable architects and the consultant team to deliver a world-class facility, and I really do mean that when I say world-class. There is no skimping on this project.
Member for Mildura Jade Benham spoke to Sun City News about the contribution the aged care sector makes in our region, despite government funding not always being adequate.
I think the staff do an extraordinary job. They really do. Anyone that works in aged care, disability, social work, that space, are the very best of us, really. So I think our facilities do a wonderful job, but there's always room for improvement. There's always room for expansion. And as our population continues to age, we really need to invest in facilities and for healthcare, so that travel's one of the biggest killers, particularly with aged care and specialist care. We actually need to continue that investment and get, just the bare minimum. All we want is equity, and I think in aged care here we are very, very lucky.
Following the formalities and a lovely morning tea and some much sought after hot coffee or a cup of tea, courtesy of Curly Top Espresso, Sun City News spoke to Mr. Karupas about the new state-of-the-art aged care accommodation facility.
So this morning we're celebrating the commencement of the construction phase of our new 50-bed facility that's next to our existing 100-bed facility. The new facility will give us 50 new beds, it'll give us a new kitchen, new laundry, new dining spaces. So it's an exciting time for Princess Court. Caring for our elderly is an honour, and Princess Court's done that well for 70 years, and the Mallee Living Histories is a perfect play into that, so we look forward to it.
There's no doubt that Princess Court's Our Together project will set the benchmark in aged care living in our region. John Dooley, Sun City News.
The main sections of the Mildura Weir were returned to the Murray last Thursday. After being removed on June 9, John Dooley reports.
The Mildura Weir was removed from the Murray River in early June, which saw the water levels in Mildura and surrounds fall dramatically, as this vision shows. The essential maintenance works at the Mildura Weir by Goulburn Murray Water occur every 2 years and are essential to support the communities and industries that depend on the reliable operation of the river infrastructure. Speaking in advance of the works commencing, Goulburn Murray Water's General Manager of Water Storage Services, John McKeon, said the works would take about 4 weeks to complete, including 5 days to lower the weir pool and 5 days to refill it. These critical maintenance works need to be completed and the weir pool reinstated prior to the irrigation season recommencing. The works involve replacing 2 of the trestles that control the flow of the water through the weir. We expect the river levels upstream of the weir to drop around 3.5 metres, exposing some of the riverbank, which is usually submerged. The fall of the river level in Mildura saw some houseboats relocated to areas further upstream. By late this week, many were starting to be returned to their moorings. A similar situation was seen in Golgol, which gave the opportunity to dredge some material out of the water near the local boat ramp. Sun City News obtained exclusive vision of the weir being put back into the river in recent days. these pelicans certainly had a bird's eye view of proceedings. With the WEIR back in the river, water levels were rising, and by Friday, July 3, the pool level in Mildura at Lock 11 was back to the normal level. Who also had returned to take up their favourite spot to relax on the mighty Murray River. John Dooley, Sun City News.
When we return, Little Sky Eyes Foundation held a fundraiser at Arimple Football Netball Club recently. The 47th Stedford holds its gala showcase at the MAC, and more than $56,000 raised to support young Michaeli DeShira.
Sun City Streaming thanks our wonderful sponsors for their generous support for our community YouTube channel and Sun City local news. Tasco Inland Petroleum, White Mildura, Chemist Warehouse Mildura, and Fisher Developments.
First impressions matter. And when you're selling your home, presentation starts long before the front door. You don't need to spend thousands, just a weekend and a bit of elbow grease. A tidy, well-kept exterior tells buyers the home has been cared for. Because a well-presented garden doesn't just frame your home, it frames the buyer's mindset. And when it's done right, it's the little things out front that open the door to something bigger.
Discover Black Milk Specialty Coffee, Mildura's first true coffee institution, pouring premium 5 Senses coffee on our Synesso MVP machine, paired with fresh creative breakfast, brunch and lunch. Black Milk Specialty Coffee, 51 Deakin Avenue, Mildura.
Join us every Thursday night for the Footy Super Show. I'm Will Callow, your host, and my co-host,
Sam Kerridge.
Get amongst it. Come and listen to us talk all things local football, netball, and we might even have a few break sessions about how good I was and how good you still are, Sam.
Or how good I used to be. Certainly watched up now, but no, very excited. Looking forward to providing you guys with everything SFNL football, netball, and hopefully taking a few laughs and taking the mickey out of a few people along the way.
Welcome back to Sun City News. I'm Caitlyn Morgan. On Saturday, June 20, the Little Sky Eyes Foundation held an all-purple fundraiser and Sun City Streaming went along.
Saturday, June 20 was a special day at the Arimple Football Netball Club, with the colour purple being worn by almost everyone in attendance for the match against Wentworth, which saw Arimple, the comfortable victors, defeating Wentworth 93-72. But the focus of the day was on a little girl with a rare form of epilepsy named Skylar. Her dad is Daniel Coughlin, co-coach and player at the Irimple Football Netball Club, and he spoke to Sun City News about the special All Purple Day, which saw merchandise being sold to raise funds for the Little Sky Eyes Foundation.
The boys are going well selling at the moment, so plenty of purple as you can sort of see around, which is looking great. And I think even the ground, like having the wording and stuff on it, like Little Skies and stuff like that, it's looking unreal, and it's come a long way in 4 years, and I'm full credit to Nick and Tom for putting it all together again. I think it's important. It's not just for our family. We've got to remember it's like we are raising money for kids around Australia and local families like with rare forms of epilepsy. So it's not just for us. We're ultimately now expanded to helping other families with sort of similar diseases as Skylar. So yeah, it's an important special day, I think, and the club, has supported me through so much, and just a little bit of help here today from them again. It's come a long way, so it's been fantastic.
Daniel was asked how he and his wife Bianca managed their situation, which must at times be stressful.
Honestly, it's day by day, I'm not going to lie. Like even last night was in there from about 1 a.m. and she's, I was worried that she was actually having a couple of seizures and stuff like that. So even last night, it's never ending, but you just got to do what you got to do as a parent. I think most parents would understand you would do anything. So it has its daily battles, but you just try and support her as best we can. Like we've even managed to get her down here for a little bit. Not sure how long that's going to last, so get a couple of photos and see how she goes. But she's likely to run out now or just wander off to her own thing. So you got to obviously keep your eyes on her the whole time, and it's just. You're almost like waiting for the next one at times, like in seizure, but it's not just seizures, it's also the developmental stuff that comes along with it, non-verbal, things like that. They're also the daily battles that you've got as well, the developmental delays, I should say, and just things like that. And there's always that risk of seizure on top of all that sort of stuff as well.
You have to feel for Daniel and Bianca, who endure so much, but they wouldn't have it any other way.
Their love for their beautiful daughter Skylar and their son Brady is so strong that it overcomes any of the difficulties they may have to endure.
They are in many ways just like any other family. Donations to the Little Sky Eyes Foundation can be made by visiting littleskyeyes.org. Ian Mack, Sun City News.
We wish the Coughlin family well. The generosity of our community was also on display recently, where more than $56,000 was raised from the boxing cartel's epic 24-hour marathon run.
The location was the Mildura Sporting Precinct, and the event was a 24-hour marathon which saw our wonderfully generous community rally in the most heartwarming way for 12-year-old Cabarita resident Michaeli DeShira. This occasion added to the other fundraising initiatives, taking the tally to more than $56,000. These funds will be directed to the clinical efforts to save his right foot from an extremely rare and aggressive tumour. Viewers of Sun City Local News will recall our recent interview with Michaeli and his family, which revealed that he was born with a giant cell angioblastoma, with current treatments so far proving ineffective, leaving his specialists in Melbourne with two options: a trial of an oral medication which they hope will heal the tumour, or as a final resort, amputation. Approved to use the medication in May this year, the treatment is set to cost the family approximately $7,500 a month. This led to SRS launching a fundraising campaign to help the family bear the cost. The campaign came to a head on Sunday, June 21, when Michaeli and his family were presented with a cheque for $31,000 following an epic 24-hour continuous run organised by members and coaches of the Boxing Cartel, a local gym built on community connection and well-being. The group, who were joined by community members and Michaeli's extended family and friends throughout the 24-hour run, chalked up kilometre after kilometre at the Mildura Sporting Precinct to raise money and awareness for this most wonderful of causes. They were led by Boxing Cartel director Nick Wakefield, who through sheer grit and determination clocked up more than 120 kilometres in an inspiring and emotional 24-hour solo effort. Following the run, Michaeli and his family were then presented with a cheque for $31,000, where his mother Rochelle made an emotional speech.
Luke from the Boxing Cartel for putting together this incredible fundraiser and for taking the unbelievable challenge of running for 24 hours straight. Your dedication, generosity and determination have left us completely overwhelmed. To all the Boxing Cartel members, and the many non-members also who turned up in the freezing cold and run their hearts out for Michaeli. Thank you so much. Seeing so many people come together for our little boy means more than words can ever express. Michaeli can't wait to be up and running again and doing everything that he loves. We'd also like to give a mention to Gary as well for doing the Mildura Marathon a couple of weeks ago. It was also just amazing. It's been a long 12 years for Michaeli, just enduring this unknown medical condition and facing challenge after challenge without answers. But then finally we get our diagnosis and it's, turns everything a little bit upside down. Having the answers has brought us clarity, but it's just the reality that he's sort of facing is hard. But all this support just lets us focus solely on him and the other kids. So just a huge thank you to Marion and Vinny from SRS. They're the ones that started the fundraising campaign for Michaeli. We never would have asked for any of this support ourselves. Just your kindness and belief in our family is just, it's created a community movement that has given us hope during a really tough time. And just to every single person that's donated, volunteered their time, sent messages, shared the story, just checked in. Thank you everybody. And it's just given us a lot of strength. Thank you.
Our prayers are with Michaeli and his family for a successful outcome with his treatment. John Dooley, Sun City News.
What an amazing effort for another great cause. The Mildura Stedford reached its climax last Friday. Kate Horton takes up the story.
The 47th Mildura Stedford has come to a close after 3 weeks of excellent performances, culminating in the gala showcase last Friday night. Let's take a look at some of the highlights.
The very best of this year's Stedford performers took to the stage for a spectacular gala concert, showcasing the incredible talent our region has to offer.
Deep inside us, we're not that different at all. Because you'll be.
Audiences were entertained by a diverse program featuring calisthenics, tap dancing, and even some comedy drama.
Who's on first? What's on second? I don't know is on third.
You know the fellows' names?
Yes.
Well then, who's playing first?
Yes!
I mean the fellow's name on first base.
Who?
The fellow playing first base.
Who?
The guy on first base.
Who is on first?
Well, what are you asking me for?
I'm not asking you, I'm telling you. Who is on first?
I'm asking you. Who is on first?
That's the man's name.
That's whose name?
Yes!
The evening also recognised excellence off the stage with presentations of many scholarships.
For this award, I'm really honoured to have it, and I'd like to thank the Stedford Committee for this wonderful night.
Another special moment of the night was the presentation of a Life Membership Award awarded to Wendy Adams, honouring her years of dedication and service to the Eisteddfod. The gala concert was a celebration of passion, hard work and community spirit, bringing together performers of all ages for an unforgettable evening of entertainment. Well, that's it for another year. I hope you've enjoyed watching some of those highlights as much as I've enjoyed bringing them to you. Kate Horton, Sun City News.
Sunraysia Residential Services recently opened a new place to stay at their Benetook Farms complex, and John Dooley went along to take a look.
Sunraysia's Residential Services, SRS, has unveiled its new unique farm-style escape right in the heart of Sunraysia, with the launch of Eli's Place at SRS Benetook Farm. A welcoming, inclusive and beautifully designed accommodation, Eli's Place is more than just a place to stay, allowing guests to slow down, reconnect and enjoy the best of country living just minutes from town. Sun City News was invited to Eli's Place recently and spoke to SRS Marketing and Events Coordinator Vinnie Rohde.
Yeah, so Eli's Place is Sunraysia Residential Services' new accessible accommodation here at the farm. Eli's Place is actually named in memory of a much-loved regular visitor to Benetook Farm, who sadly passed away in 2025 at the age of 13. Eli was born with multiple severe and complex cardiac conditions, which also led to significant complications with his lungs. Despite these challenges, Benetook Farm was always one of Eli's favourite places. It was a place where he felt safe and free and happy. So we've really created this place in his honour. It celebrates his life while providing others with the same sense of safety, freedom and joy that Eli experienced whenever he visited.
The property features 2 bathrooms, including an ensuite and a large all-abilities family bathroom, ducted heating and cooling for year-round comfort, a full kitchen with modern appliances, free Wi-Fi and spacious indoor living areas, and a private yard with an undercover deck surrounded by lush vines.
It's a fantastic setup. It really is a great, tourist destination. I mean, Benetook Farm has been built as a social enterprise, for many of our NDIS participants, and it's all about giving them opportunities to learn employment and life skills and everything else in between. From the egg collecting to some of the wares that you'll see at the general store. This is just that logical next step of taking it to another level, essentially, and again offering something different and unique that people can come and enjoy and experience, and then obviously get to go and take part in what's happening on the farm on a daily basis. And you're also only 5-10 minutes from town as well, so get to enjoy everything that Fee Street, the riverfront, and everything in between gets to offer as well. So it's only growing out here. It's getting bigger and better, and we're just excited to have this next phase, I guess, of the farm come online, and really excited for people to come and enjoy it.
Located at 1022 Benetook Avenue, guests will wake to the peaceful charms of vineyard views, with the opportunity to explore SRS Benetook Farm in the quiet of the morning and beyond. Families can enjoy exclusive after-hours access to the farm's much-loved attractions, including the all-inclusive playground, jumping pillow and bikes, creating a truly private and memorable experience. And the general store is a must-do, with a wonderful selection of all sorts of lovely gifts and much more. Whether you're travelling from afar or planning a local escape, Eli's Place offers the perfect balance of relaxation, fun and purpose. Book your escape today by email or by phone on this number. Ian Max, Sun City News.
That looks like a beautiful place to stay. An SRS mural project has been completed in the alleyway at Black Milk Cafe. Let's take a look.
Black Milk Mildura and Sunraysia Residential Services SRS joined forces recently to add some colour to the cafe's laneway al fresco dining area. A 3 metre by 2 metre section of the laneway wall was transformed by SRS staff with the painting of a beautiful mural. Black Milk and SRS delivered the project together with hobby artist Andrew Hill, who led the project with help from participants who utilised skills learned and developed at Benetook Farm and other programs. The new artwork captures the region's reputation as a food bowl, while also helping locals and visitors alike create and connect. Sun City News spoke to Andrew.
Oh mate, it's just good to look back at it, and every bit of paint on there, it's a fond memory I'm going to have for a long time, especially working with this crew here. They've been fantastic, and Paddy and the crew here at Black Milk have just been so accommodating. It's a true testament to them what they've done with this place, and it's always busy. great coffee, great food, good atmosphere. So get down and have a look at it.
Andrew was asked what the artwork depicted.
We just wanted to capture what Mildura's got to offer, St Rasia, and show a bit of the history of the place with obviously the Rio Vista and the WEIR, and get the SRS crew down here away from the farm and put their stamp on a piece of Mildura, and hopefully it'll be here for a while and everyone can come check it out.
The project provided participants with an opportunity to showcase their creative side while contributing to Mildura's growing laneway art, which Andrew said was a wonderful experience for him as well, having some of the SRS team participate in the creating of the artwork.
Oh, it was just magic to see the smile on their face, and watching them here today, looking at the finished product, it's been great. It's truly an experience that I'll remember for a long time.
Black Milk co-owner Paddy Keogh said the idea to add a bit of spark to the cafe's popular laneway had been on the cards for a while, with SRS proving the perfect partner to help deliver the project.
Absolutely brilliant, mate. We could have asked for much more. Andrew has nailed it. We had a lot of ideas flying around. It changed probably 8 to 10 times in the 4 days that we were talking about it, but the end result is brilliant. The SRS guys are doing a great job.
Do yourself a favour. Pop on down to Black Milk for a coffee or a hot chocolate and some great food, and while you are there, take a look at this beautiful addition to the laneway. John Dooley, Sun City News.
Well, that's our news for now. I hope you enjoy the week ahead. And as we leave you, here are some highlights from the 47th Eisteddfod's Gala Showcase last Friday night. I'm Caitlyn Morgan. Take care and bye for now.
Sun City.
Sun City Streaming thanks our wonderful sponsors for their generous support for our community YouTube channel and Sun City local news. Tasco Inland Petroleum, White Mildura, Chemist Warehouse Mildura, and Fisher Developments.